This title is narrated with virtual voice, computer-generated narration for audiobooks. John Chrysostom for Beginners by Juliet Daniels. Introduction: The Golden Mouth. Early life in Antioch. The bustling city of Antioch was more than just a backdrop to John Chrysostom's early years. It was the crucible in which his character was forged. Born into a world where Greco-Roman culture thrived, Chrysostom grew up in a city that was both diverse and vibrant. The streets were filled with merchants, scholars, and people from all walks of life. This early exposure to a variety of beliefs and customs would later inform his deep understanding of human nature, a theme that permeated his sermons. His mother, Anthusa, played a pivotal role in shaping his future. Left a widow early on, she chose to dedicate herself to her son's upbringing rather than remarry, a decision that was uncommon for women of her status. Her devotion to Christian virtues and her determination to raise him in the faith laid the groundwork for Chrysostom's later life. She was not just a mother, but also his first teacher, instilling in him the values of discipline, piety, and charity. The young John's education was a blend of traditional Hellenistic learning and Christian teachings. From an early age, he displayed a remarkable aptitude for rhetoric, a skill that would later earn him the title Chrysostom, meaning golden mouth. But it wasn't just his intellectual abilities that set him apart. It was his deep sense of moral responsibility. Even as a child, he was known for his kindness and his strong sense of justice, traits that would become the hallmarks of his ministry. Despite the privileges of his birth, life in Antioch was not without its challenges. The city was often caught between the political machinations of the Roman Empire and the rising influence of Christianity. These tensions created a complex environment for young Chrysostom to navigate. It was here that he first encountered the stark realities of poverty and corruption, issues that would later become central to his sermons. The early years in Antioch were crucial in shaping Chrysostom's worldview. They provided him with a deep understanding of the human condition, which he would later address in his homilies with a rare combination of compassion and conviction. His childhood experiences in this dynamic city would echo throughout his life, influencing not just his teachings, but also his approach to leadership. Education and formation. Chrysostom's education was nothing short of rigorous, a blend of classical Greek learning and Christian doctrine. His studies began under the guidance of the renowned pagan orator, Libanius, who recognized the young John's extraordinary talent for rhetoric. Under Libanius, Chrysostom honed his skills in oratory and philosophy, mastering the art of persuasive speech that would later define his public ministry. The classical education he received was not merely an academic exercise, but a formative experience that shaped his approach to both life and faith. Yet even as he excelled in secular studies, Chrysostom felt a deep spiritual calling that led him away from the traditional paths of worldly success. This inner conflict between his intellectual pursuits and his burgeoning Christian faith was a defining feature of his early years. The teachings of the Bible began to take precedence over the pagan classics, and he found himself increasingly drawn to the ascetic life. His studies in Christian doctrine became more intense, guided by the works of Origen and the teachings of the early Church Fathers. The transition from student to ascetic was marked by a period of deep reflection and personal struggle. Chrysostom's decision to embrace a life of monasticism was not taken lightly. It involved a radical departure from the life of comfort and privilege that his education had promised. This period of formation was crucial in developing the spiritual discipline that would characterize his later ministry. His time spent in solitude, fasting, and prayer deepened his understanding of the Christian faith and prepared him for the challenges ahead. While his education
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.